So, hi everyone. Soumya is the lead developer on the BOINC TAC project. So, with me, he has been working since the last few months to provision one of the unique capabilities that we will be talking about today. So, unlike many other BOINC projects, BOINC TAC integrates the functionality required by researchers in terms of job submissions, along with the basis code, which is mainly meant for volunteer side, as in like I'm talking about the website portion of the BOINC code. So we integrated the researcher functionality with the volunteer functionality, and also unlike other projects, we do not have like a steady stream of jobs for one research. We support multiple users, and the frequency of jobs submitted to BOINC TAC is totally up to them, and the type of code that they want to run through BOINC TAC is also totally up to them. So in order to support users who could be running anything that they're approved to run on, let's say, TAC and Exceed resources, they're all valid jobs for BOINC TAC, let's say. Of course, like they have to be serial and multi-threaded and not like MPI or internode communication kind of jobs. So to support such users, we needed like a mechanism to have a file system kind of functionality, and this file system would have quotas for per user because we have multiple users, different projects, different data sets, and we have only so much of hardware available for BOINC TAC project, let's say. So that we are able to elastically scale up should we need to. We came up with a new solution, which is called distributed grayfish. But what Soumya is going to do is he's going to talk about grayfish, which is the precursor of distributed grayfish, and how we used it in BOINC TAC, and what challenges we ran into in case others in the community are also thinking about supporting multi-user environments. And then how can pretty much they can take advantage of the lessons that we have learned and the code that we provision for the community. So over to Soumya.
Sure. So hello everyone. I'll be talking about the data storage system that we are using here at BOINC TAC. Can I share my screen, like the presentation I'm going to show to everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. It seems my screen has froze. Okay. So my screen keeps going blank and it shows. Let me stop sharing for a
Okay,
minute.
now it's showing. Oh, it was showing there the very last second. You want to try again?
And I just clicked stop. Sorry about that. Okay. Is it showing now?
No. What did you do just before you stopped it last time?
I clicked on stop, I think, and I think at that time it showed.
Here it is. Here it is. It's showing now.
At my end, it's like going back and forth.
So would it be possible to maybe just start talking in the interest of time, Soumya? You would probably.
Soumya,
sure.
Perhaps you can talk us through it without showing the slides.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So basically, like us, like I mean, Many of you guys have seen the scenarios like on BOINC. There are a lot of jobs, being submitted at the same time or period of time. And for all those jobs, you will have input files and there will be results files generated out of those jobs. So there's a possibility that the VM that you are trying to host your website on could run out of memory. So what we developed is a portable file storage or data storage solution where user can store their files and purge them at their convenience. So Greyfish is basically, a data storage system that is easily portable to any other device that supports Docker because it's developed based on Docker. Uh, the functionalities that Greyfish provide are like file or folder upload, download, or purging of the data according to the user needs. And oh, just a minute. Looks like screen is going out again. Okay, and yeah, so basically it's developed based on Docker, and we use Docker containers and Docker volumes to provide these functionalities. So it is basically easily portable to any platform that supports Docker. And since we are using Docker volumes, it provides the persistent storage. Now, for BOINC TAC, we just need file uploads and downloads, not all the functionalities that Greyfish has. So we use a precursor of Greyfish called Drift that provides, file upload and download functionalities. Currently, we have also released advanced version of Greyfish called distributed Greyfish, which I'll explain in a minute. So basically, Greyfish is like a containerized application which can be deployed on single node. So you will have like three different containers. Like one container would be taking care of the requests from the users for uploading and downloading the data, and it will be storing that data to the Docker volumes mounted to that container. And we have other two containers like InfluxDB container, which will log the upload download events, or we have this Redis container that will store the temporary tokens that are given to users to do these operations. And these are like one-time use tokens. So user does operation and they have to get a new token to do the next operation. But basically, if you have a single node, you can deploy this portable storage there, uh, and later on you can increase the storage if needed. Now, when we deployed this Greyfish storage on BOINC TAC, we ran into challenges when users submitted a lot of jobs, like as I mentioned earlier, like many of you guys have seen in your BOINC projects as well. So the one problem was storage, and other problem was like since we had a single node, if that node goes down, we lose the access to the whole data storage system. Also, we were having a single container that was responding to user upload or download requests. So it was kind of bottleneck for our system if like a lot of users are uploading and downloading data at the same time. So we had this couple of issues. So we came up with a upgraded version of Greyfish called distributed Greyfish. So earlier we had a single container or a single node or machine that had just one container responding to upload download requests and all like user management requests and all. Now what we did in distributed Greyfish is we divided this single node into three different nodes. So one would be our manager node who will take care of, adding or removing users or adding or removing storage nodes or, uh, you know, uh, X or let's say if user want to upload or delete the data, the manager node could take care of that. Then second one would be our access node. So if user wants to access the data, they can access the data using access node from the cluster of storage nodes. And third would be the most important part, which is the cluster of storage nodes, which has actual data for the user files. So earlier we just had one node that was doing everything, that was storing data, that was responding to user requests and doing user management and all. Now we have three different nodes taking care of upload, download, or storing of things. And the beauty of the system is the cluster of storage nodes. So like at any point, if you feel like you have a lot of data is getting to the BOINC and you're running out of memory on your actual VM, you can add storage nodes in your cluster with simple API call, and you can increase the storage at any time elastically. So with distributed Grayfish, we have elastic storage. You can scale it at any time. Now we also distributed the work between these three different kind of nodes, so we do not have bottleneck on any single node. Even earlier we had a failure on single node, like if that particular Grayfish node goes down, our whole storage system goes out. Now let's say if one storage node is out of service, we still have access to other storage nodes, so some users will be still able to access the data while that particular node is down. So like if you're looking for something like uh, scalable storage for your user files or faster response time and things on those lines, I think the BOINC projects should definitely consider using distributed Grayfish. And our project is uh, available to community on GitHub repo, so anyone could go and access it over there.
I would just add that we added the feature of file integrity checking. A lot of the times, we not a lot of the times, a few times I should say, we heard from people that their files were getting corrupted during upload and downloads. We added the feature of checksum analysis. So we maintain a database of checksums in Grayfish that can track the integrity of the file. So if the user needs, we send the checksum file along with the data that they're downloading, and they can run the checksum analysis on their end to confirm that it matches. So that's another feature we added. And like Soumya was mentioning, there was as like an anecdote, like we were in a situation like when we were working with COVID-19 research project, there was a time when we had only 20 GB of space left on the VM, and the amount of data that was being sent to BOINC TACC and was being brought back was about 40 GB. And that impacted our services for a little while. And that's when we started working on distributed Grayfish. So we'll be happy to talk with anyone who would want to adopt this in their solutions. And that brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you for your patience.